my kitchen. Down to show you how to make what I regard is the perfect schnitzel. First of all, the perfect schnitzel for me is having the right amount or combination of the breadcrumbs or the crust and thickness of meat. So let's begin. And first I'm going to do, I've already washed it, just pat dry it. So what I do first is take off any excess fat. My chicken breast fillet came with the little flap. So what I do is cut that off, and that will become one piece of schnitzel. And then I like to take the side where it's flat or level, because this one's got a curve, and I'm just filleting it, making it thinner. Careful not to cut all the way through. Normally you'd make about 4 or 5 pieces from one side of the breast fillet. So again, so you got another one, smaller one. But the minute we fillet that, that will become thicker again. Another piece. What I like to do is just lay it flat. I'm going to put this aside so you can see better. I'm going to put my knife with a gap between my chopping board and the knife of about, just say, 5 millimeters, and maintain that all the way along. Just do it slowly. Can't see there, so just lifting up. So if you see, just gliding the knife along. So now I got one thin piece, and if that part there is a little bit thick, I could still cut it or fillet it even. So now you've got a nice thin piece of chicken fillet. So I'm gonna do the same with the rest here. My meat tenderizer, and I'll pound it, but just gently. See, just tap it. Turn it over and do the same. And so that's going to be nice and tender, so I'll just put that aside and I'll do the same for the rest. So again, just tap it. But you can see the indentation from the meat tenderizer, so I'll flick it over, and again, never ever lift your mallet or meat tenderizer so high, or else it'll just go all over the place and you're gonna end up with a mush. So just even, it's there. One of the secret on what I consider the perfect chicken schnitzel is using self-raising flour. And I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of salt, put a little bit of pepper, and mix it all up. And then I'm gonna take the chicken, just coat your chicken pieces. I'm just gonna beat the eggs. And I'll take a small piece, dip it in eggs. Make sure everything's coated. So my right hand will be for the breadcrumbs and the left will be for the eggs. And then just spread the breadcrumbs and cover that, so that way you haven't got wet hands. And just shake it off. And the last one, if you can see, I hardly have any eggs left, so which makes it just perfect. And so now we'll cook it. So my pan's now hot, so I'm going to put some oil, and I'll just test it to see if it's hot enough. So I'll just drop a bit of breadcrumbs here. That's good enough, so I'm going to put my schnitzel. There's even room for a new one. And I like to take a metal spoon, and while that's cooking, I like to put oil over the top. Or you can put a lot of oil if you prefer, so they're all submerged in oil, but that's a waste of oil, so this is the economical way of doing it. So as I put the oil on top, you can see the top of it starts to bubble up. And if it hasn't puffed up at all on the other side, then you can continue doing this until it gets cooked. You see, as I'm putting some oil over the top, it still continues to rise up or bubble up. So now I'm just going to leave that to brown up. And in the meantime, I'm going to prepare my salad. Now I'll turn it over and see how that's nice and brown. So that's cooked on that side. I'll just let it brown up a little bit more on the other side. And so that's nice and golden brown, so put it in a dish. And that is just perfect. So I'm gonna put some more oil, but what I do, see the gunk on top, I normally scoop it up and just get rid of it. And also some breadcrumbs. That's going to go into the next batch of schnitzel, or stick to it. You don't take it off, but you don't have to take everything off, but just majority of it. So I still have a couple of schnitzels to cook, but I'm just going to plate this up now and put a really big one for the hubby. Actually a couple of big ones. And we're going to have a taste test. If I cut this, let me show that to you. Look. Nice and moist and so tender. Look at that. Hardly no effort. Crunchy on the outside and tender and juicy on the inside. And so dinner is ready. The perfect chicken schnitzel with creamy potato and fresh garden salad.